Yes.
Yeah, good.
Please.
Then it's you can use it later as a help. So once Clarity is installed, you can launch it. And before you log in, you see a little instrument picture. And as you see, the instrument is covered with like a cloth. So it's not active yet.
Okay.
I have to configure my actual system. Okay, how does it go? I have a configuration, but I can also reach it from system. Okay. And as you see on the, it consists of two panels. I have a right panel and I have a left panel.
Yeah.
The left panel is basically a collection of all the instrument and instrument components which Clarity can handle. So if I want to add a different unit to my instrument, I will have to look it here.
Okay.
As you see, there are different options. So I have AS for autosamplers. I have LC for pumps. I have GC for gas chromatographs. I have detectors, balances, thermostats, fraction collector, so all kind of different instruments. On the right panel, this is my configured instrument. As you see, I have more options. So if you buy a bigger license for Clarity, it's possible to control more instruments. So in this case, as you see, I have 4 slots. But don't forget, here there is a setting, how many instruments you want to control. Then you have to activate it, because otherwise it's not active and you cannot configure second instrument.
Okay.
So, but in your case, we only need one instrument. So we will configure instrument 1. Okay, how does it go? Yes, so I have an autosampler, so I need to locate the corresponding autosampler here. I open. Since I already installed it earlier, it's here. But normally, when you first open, there is nothing.
Okay.
Okay. I forgot to switch on the instrument, so that's what I have to do first.
Here.
What?
আর আমাদের এখানে দেখা আছে দুইটা পাম্প আছে, একটা হলো ডিটেকশন চেম্বার মানে মেন
জিজ্ঞেস করে সমস্যা নেই,
মানে টোটাল 4টা চেম্বার, ওরা বলুন না যে বেশি মানে উঁচা হয়ে যায় এরকম এরকম। তো পাম্প দুইটা কি ওই টাইম কমানোর জন্য না বাড়ানোর জন্য কি কাজ হয় এটা জিজ্ঞেস করতে হবে।
Okay, I switched on everything. Okay, everything is on. Now I will locate my autosampler by clicking this add function. Can I make it bigger? Yes, good. So I have to locate it. As you see, here are all the producers, different brands like Agilent, Knauer, Shimadzu, and all the possible auto samplers this software can control. How do I find my one? I can just write in the name. It already shows it up. It's here. It's an S5300, exactly what I need. So I just click on it and add.
Okay.
Before I can add it, I have to adjust the correct COM port. Unfortunately, this is a trial error. So I don't know which COM port it will be. So I have to check one by one. So COM4 is clearly not. Then I go to COM5. No. COM6. No. COM7. Yeah. Once it finds, you will have the information. So you will have a producer company, a device ID, a serial number, and the firmware number. So now I know it's on COM7, so I just click OK. As you see here in the setup module, I already see it. Okay, how can I add this to my instrument? It's very easy. I just click on it, and then this arrow gets active. I can click on it, and the auto sampler is added to my instrument. Good. Okay, next step, I will need a pump. I remove it because I already had it in my configuration, but normally I don't have it here, so I have to add again. What do I have? I have an S11, oops. S1130. That's my pump. Yes, it's here. I add it. The same again with the COM port. Let's check. COM3, that was fast.
Yeah.
That was a lucky hit. Okay, I just counter check the serial and firmware. It's okay.
Okay.
I click OK. Oops. This is a binary, so I made a mistake. I need a quaternaire. Yeah, okay. Then I can add this to my instrument. There are two ways. Either I click on the arrow or right click add to instrument. And you see, now I see my pump. What else do I need? I have one more unit I want to install, and it's a detector. Again, I go to add. I look for S150. There it is. add. Again, I have to check the COM port, not COM4, not COM5, no, COM8.
Four. You can check 4.
It does not find it. 5, check, 6, check. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, so I forgot to connect the serial cable on the back, so it did not find it.
Yeah.
But let's see now. There you go.
Yeah.
COM5. Again, device ID, serial number, firmware, but there is an important additional information. You see here that there is a channel 1 and there is a channel 2. Depending from your detector, you might have a single channel for anions or cations, or you can have a dual channel detector. So if you have a dual channel, then basically you can already name it like anions, cations, because later on in the software, the channel naming will go by this. Of course, later you can also modify this. Anyways, my one is a single channel, so I stick with anions.
Okay.
And I say, okay, so it's here. I can add it to my instrument. Good. So basically now all the components are installed. There are a few more things I need to do. One thing is I want to give a name for my instrument. It goes here. I can say my one is a test, get it, 1, and for anions. This is one thing. I could give different instrument types, but this is an LC, so it's correct. But I could also install GC, capillary electrophoresis, GPC, mass spectrometer, whatever. We don't need this now. Okay, and there is one more important thing. You need to give a start signal input. It's here in this lower part. And in our case, it's always the autosampler. So the autosampler will give the start signal for the measurement. Okay, and here is one more control panel, this miscellaneous settings. Here, this is also quite important. Here you can customize what kind of units you want to use. So if you want to use pressures, bar, kilopascal, PSI, I like to use bar. In Europe we use that, but might happen that especially in US related countries it's PSI, but let's say bar. temperature units. I can also give Fahrenheit or Kelvin, but we use Celsius. Regarding the signal units, here I also have different options. We like to use volts and millivolts for the signal, and you could also set AMU or micro AMU, but I think it's good like this. And once you check this, it's okay. One more thing you can do here is you can add a custom image for your instrument. So if I would like to change the image of the instrument, I could, let's say, put in something else. Let's, for example, yeah, Knauer. Once I loaded it, the instrument picture will be that. But I don't want this now. Okay, so basically, our configuration is ready. Before I close this window, I just want to counter check everything, that all my modules are correctly installed. So I right click, setup, check, okay, setup, check, okay, setup, check, okay, and I hit okay. So it's already renamed to my instrument, and I'm ready to log in. Okay. Okay.
So during login time, no need user ID or passwords.
You can set up, but here in the lab, we don't use. You can also configure users and user rights. So you can add several users, and you can decide each user's administrative rights. So someone can just run measurements. Someone can also adjust and make setup changes. If you are interested in this, I can show it now. It's not
Okay.
complicated thing. Here in the root window, there is a user account.
Yeah.
You can click on it, then I have to log out everything. And here I have an account management window.
Okay.
And with this new switch, I can add new users. So I give you now, here you can set the rights, what this user can do. You can only also set just to read, access which instruments, and what kind of operations this user can do. So let's see, I put okay, and now I have an extra user U here already. But I will erase this now. Okay, delete. Okay, so Clarity is a multi how to say, window format. So you don't have one single control window, but you have many. Normally, when you first start Clarity, you don't see this window. So this window you don't see, I close it. This window you don't see, so I close it. And this is the starting window. Oh shit, yeah, here. This is the starting window you will see after the first launch of the software. This is the main control window. You can access everything from here. Unfortunately, I cannot make it bigger. This window is fixed size, but it's big enough because it works with these pictograms. So what options do I have here? As you see, I have a graphic of a workflow. So Clarity can be programmed running totally automatic in workflows. You don't have to use this, but you have the opportunity. So, and first step of a workflow or measurement is injection. What kind of options do I have it? I have single injection and I have sequence. So let's talk about single injection or single analysis. I click on it, then I have a next window. Basically, this window will control only one injection. So here you can give your sample ID, I don't know, test sample 1. You can give descriptions or comments. You can add concentration information, amount or dilution or internal standard amount. And of course, you have to give an injection volume, which is given here. Which method will the instrument run? For the single injection, you have to adjust here. So basically, the workflow for a single injection is the following. You open the single injection, you name your sample, you give injection volume, you pick your separation method. Let's say this is my method now. Okay, and what you need to do, send method to the instrument, then the instrument starts the pump, the detector signal and everything. And once the method is sent and loaded on the instrument, you can hit run and your measurement starts. So this is the way of making a single run. But most cases, this is not used. Most cases, a sequence, a measurement sequence is used. How to set up a sequence? If you click on sequence window, you get another control window and with a table. Of course, for the first, it will be inactive. How to create a sequence? It's very easy. there are different parameters we have to fill in to this table. Let's start with very easy. Let's say my injection volume is gonna be 50 microliters. My sample ID is going to be, let's say, first is a blank run. The sample information is basically added automatically from Clarity. You have different options here. I click on this little arrow and these information will be added to my sample file. So once the run is ready, I have a chromatograph or a result file, and the result file's name will contain these information. Which one? I mean, what is good to put in is basically a time and a date. And if I activate these two, then the instrument will automatically save the result files with the exact time of the injection and the exact date of the injection. But you have many more possible settings here. You can also say which user did it, then I don't know which method or which project, vial, barcode, so you have endless options. Okay. Yeah, and I have to pick a method name. I go to this little arrow, I get a new search window, and in my Clarity folder where I store my method files, I can just pick one. Let's say anions test is my method name.
Just 1 minute.
Yeah.
I have a question. The method is the default setup, or we need to create the method?
I can give you method files
Okay.
for anions, cations, or basic applications. You don't have to create it, but after this, we also learn how to create a method. So I will show you that. No?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so let's say this is my first sample in my sequence. There are two things I did not talk about. And the first is these numbers. So what are these numbers here? It's very easy. Start vial, end vial, and how many injections do I want to make. So in this case, my starting vial is 1, my end vial is 1, and I want to do 1 injection. Okay, so, and there is one more. Here, the standard window. Here I have, again, different options. I have unknown, standard, bypass, and blank. So this is a blank sample, so I will pick blank. But the instrument can also run, or this sequence can also run, make runs without injection. So I can do that for example, after this first blank run, I want to run a cleaning program or a cleaning run. Then I can set in bypass, and then there will be no injections. Or I can also give unknown, which is sample. And I can also give standard if I want to run a standard or a calibration.
Okay, so
Okay,
what
so
is the difference?
normally it's
What?
unknown. Okay, my sample 2 will be my real run, let's say water test, or what should I say, anions in water. I use the same additional info. I want to inject 50 microliters. I want to run the same method, and this is a sample, so it's unknown. This is my blank. Okay, and I could do any number of injections. It's not limited. I think you can program up to 120 or something like that. Okay, and let's say my last run is a clean program where I don't want to inject, so I go bypass. So this is how you set up a sequence. Once you created it, you can save it, save as, let's say, training sec2, and it's ready. I can close it, I can...
I have a question here.
Yeah.
So, what the main difference between blank and bypass?
So the blank will inject. So the preset injection volume will be injected in the system, but it will know that it's not measurement, but it's a blank run. So it's just an additional information for the sample. But basically, it will be run the same way like unknown.
Okay.
And the bypass is when there is no injection. So it will just run through the method, but without injecting. Okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Any more questions regarding sequence? Okay, let's see what other functions do I have here. How do I run a sequence? I have here a little run sequence. With this click, my method would be sent to the instrument and the run would be started. What else do I have? I have here a little edit current method. This is very good because sometimes you don't want to create a new method. You just want to optimize it. And this click helps you do that. But in order to use it, you have to click on a method. Then you click edit current method, and it gives you the method editor window. This will be the next topic we talk about.
Yeah.
What else you can do? You have here little options. Here you can give idle time before injection, or you can customize how many lines to run. Basically, that's it. Okay. You can also have the option to, if you want to repeat a run, you can right click and you can say insert new line, and then it clones basically the previous line. What is important that it will automatically put it to the next while. So if you want to inject from the same while, you have to set it back to the same while. Good. And you can also like remove lines, easy. Okay. Here there are two more things I did not talk about. This is easier, the run. I talk about this first. Only the checked lines will run. So if I click this, then the first line will not run in the sequence. So only those ones run who you click. And this other window, this status, this status window is basically a feedback what is the state of the actual line. So I show you what happens if I start my sequence. Let's see if everything is connected, because there will be flow here. I have to put like this. Okay, so I start my sequence with this switch. As you see, the status already changed. This means that I have to stop it, sorry, because it will inject and my system is not connected, so there is no column and stuff like that. Anyways, as you see, there was a little chromatogram appearing here, which means that's the actual running command line. If it's blue, if there is a little blue chromatogram, it means that sample is measured and you have result of it. Okay. This is all you need to know about sequence window. There is one maybe more a good thing to know, that in Clarity from each control window you have access to the further control windows. How does it go? Here I have the pictogram of each control window. So device monitor, acquisition window, so this is my signal, or calibration window, and chromatogram window. Basically, this is how separation looks. This is a standard Anyons run. Okay, but you don't need it now. Okay, next step. I have a sequence, how to create a method. Method editor is here this component. I click, and this is my method setup window. So, but you have another access. You can also go to File, New Method. So you can also do it like that. Okay, so what options do I have here in the method editor? I have an event table. This event table normally we never use, but here you have the opportunity to adjust detectors. Like you could say that in the first 10 minutes you detect with conductivity, and in the second 10 minutes you detect with UV. This we never use. Probably you will also not gonna use it, so we just leave it empty. We don't put in anything. Then the next one, this is important. This is autosampler window. Here are many information. It can be a little confusing, but there is a built-in help here. This is important. We have a switch. You can just click on it, and it's automatically importing these settings from autosampler. So the factory settings can be loaded with this single switch. So it's a big help. Okay, but there is two other important settings what you can do, and one is while rack temperature. So if you have a an autosampler which has a cooled sample plate, then you can adjust the temperature here. And the other important thing is here, the wash settings. You can add actually we like to set this. This is a needle wash automatically before and after injections. Let's say we like to use one wash before injection and two washes after injection, and then you can be sure that there is no memory effect or sample carryover. So this is a good function. Okay, and basically that's it.
Sir, I have a
There is
question.
one more. Yeah, you have a question?
So there have any recommended setting here? So like injection needle size, volume setting, have any recommended?
I would say the recommended thing is to import it from the autosampler, and then you cannot make mistake. So first you import from the sampler, and then you set in the wash, the needle wash, and basically that's it what you have to do. However, there is one more option or a function. If you made a mistake in the sequence and accidentally there is no while where you hit and there you want to inject, and the sampler doesn't find the while because it's not there. You can decide what the instrument should do, and you can adjust it here when while is missing. Can I make it bigger? Oh yeah. Maybe it's
yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you can decide what the sampler should do. If a while is missing, you can say stop sequence or continue. I think the good thing to do here is stop sequence because you will don't have an empty run.
Okay.
Okay, next adjustment is LC gradient. Basically, this is the place where you adjust your gradient and flow rate. How do you do this? You have a little table. With this, you can control the gradient. So first, this is an isocratic program. So in our case, when I created this method, I just gave 100% A and 1 ml per minute flow rate. So this is my method. In the case of IC, basically, I'm quite sure that you will only run isocratic programs, but it's why not learn how to make a gradient. I will show you. So if I set up, let's say I want to erase this first because I want to set it from 0. Okay, so if I want to make an isocratic method, I give the solvent composition. In my case, I want 100% A. Okay, it's active. It shows in this window with the color coding which solvent line is active, and I want 1 ml per minute flow rate. And then it also shows my flow. Okay, but what if I want a gradient? How does it go? Let's say I want to go from 100% A to 100% B in 10 minutes. How does it go? I hit in 100, I hit in the time and the flow. Wait, yeah, here. No, maybe I'm set to isocratic. No, doesn't. What is this? Or C. Unfortunately, I installed my pump as isocratic, looks like, so I can't control B, but basically this is what I would need to do is to, can I do with D? Yes, okay. Then we do it like this and then like this. Okay, so now I created a gradient to D. You see the gradient program here. It's quite easy. So basically you need to give your initial composition. That's first step. Then you have to give which other or which other line you want to use, and you give the time, how long the gradient would take. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is clear?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Clear, but exactly not understanding exactly what I do. Exactly what I do. What the LC gradient? What the main? function, I don't know exactly. Pump gradient and little bit confusion in this program. So,
Anyways, the lucky thing is that you will not need a gradient. So I know.
okay. So our setup is not gradient.
You will not need this, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I know. Okay, how do I erase this? Yeah, I have to give 100, 0. Yeah, I know. This is yeah, here's my, anyways, I will go back and then we get rid of this. No. Okay, so in your case, this will be your program. You don't need no gradient. You will need constant 1 milliliter per minute flow from line A.
Okay.
Okay, what options do I have here? This is important, this options switch, because here you can say the maximum system pressure. This is a safety function, and I always advise to set this to 150 because the columns you can buy from us that's the highest pressure. I feel them on 150 bars constant. So if you go or use a higher pressure, the inner structure of the column can be damaged. So I always advise set 150 here. Good?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Okay. So now we have a sampling program. We have a gradient. What else do we need?
Yeah.
This I will not go into. Measurement. Okay, next one is measurement. Basically, this is information window. This is very good to fill in for each method, because once the run is ready and you want to print a report file, all the information given in this window will be printed on the report file. So it's very good. So I always give in these information. I say pressure max 150 bar. Detection is conductivity, and temperature is, I don't know, 21 degrees Celsius or what you have there. Also gives information about the column. Let's say this is test method 1. And you can also add notes here, something, let's say, information about the standard or injection volume 10 microliter, or let's say mobile phase, whatever, batch numbers, you can give many here.
Okay.
Okay, and here you have to give a runtime of each run. So I would say or measurements run for 10 minutes. So I will give 11 just to go for sure that I don't lose any information. And basically, yeah.
How we will know the runtime will be 11 minutes or 15 minutes? How I will know?
I can tell you, I will show it to you in a bit later, okay?
Sure.
And then
Sure.
you will see why.
Okay.
Then we have an acquisition window here. I don't want to set anything. Here you could set the sampling rate. So how many data points do I collect each second? I think the 10 hertz is totally good for me. But in chromatography, we say that for a good peak shape and for a good peak, you need to have minimum 30 data points.
Okay.
So 10 hertz is perfectly fine in our case. You don't have to adjust this. Okay, integration, we don't use this function. Calculation, we don't use. And advanced, this is a good window. I always advise to use it. So here you can collect additional data. So not just the chromatogram, but you can also, let's say, collect flow rate of the pump, temperature, or whatever you are interested in. Okay, so basically our method is ready.
Okay.
So now we have a sequence, now we have a method. What's next? Actually, the next step is run, run the sample.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yeah?
Can we take a break, little break?
Yeah. How
10
long? 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I will not disconnect. Okay, I leave
Sure.
it connected.
Okay.
Yo, okay, so in 10 minutes. Okay, go on.
Yes,
Okay.
you can.
So now we have a sequence, we have a method for the separation. What would we need to do is make a run.
Yeah.
We will spare this time because I have ready chromatograms. So let's consider that we had a run and we have a result file. How can I reach this? So as you see here, there is a chromatogram window.
Yeah.
I click on it and normally there is nothing here. It opens empty. Now I close all the open ones. Okay, so this is how it should open. There is nothing. How do I open my result? I go here, this open chromatogram. I search for my run. Let's say this is my run. This is the standard anions program. So fluoride, chloride.
Here only show an anion graph, right?
Sorry?
Single column. They're showing the single column result.
Yeah. This is a standard run. This is the result of a run where I injected my anion standard mix. In the manual, it's written how you can produce this standard, what concentrations you need to use. And if you prepare that standard mix, you should have the same result. Okay. What options do I have here? So might happen that the peaks will not be integrated. How do I do that? So this is a raw chromatogram without integration. How do I integrate a peak? As you see here, there is a add peak function. I click on it and with the mouse and click, I just select. Now it's integrated. Okay, peak number 2, I integrate. Peak number 3, peak number 4. This is clear by now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So once we integrated the peak, we also have to identify them. So we will need a calibration file. Don't worry, I can send it to you, so you will not have to set up a new, but I show you how it works. So here down, you see we are in the results tab. In the results tab, here in this right panel, I have an option to set a calibration file.
Okay.
Let's say here is my anions test calibration, and I want to view it. So before I show you how to update this, I have to talk a little bit about retention times. So retention times of each compound, so each peak, is very signature to each column. So these retention times will depend on your actual column. So there might be little deviations in the retention times. So might happen that you will have to update your retention times in the calibration file. How does it go? As you see in the chromatogram window, by now only 2 compounds is recognized by the system, which means we have to update the other ones. Is it clear?
It's clear, but
yeah,
there we run only fluoride and boronide. These 2 component only.
No, but we have to update because the calibration in the calibration, the compounds, or the system looks for the compounds in the standard mix by retention time. And since every column is different, the retention times can have a little deviation. And since my calibration file was created with another column, it only recognizes these two compounds now.
Okay.
But it's very easy to update the calibration file. I loaded it in, and here I just go to the retention time window and check. So I see that fluoride is found. It's good. I don't have to do anything.
So
But
I'm
what
not clear.
yeah.
I have a question here. So
Yeah.
how we know, how we will confirm that this calibration is good or bad?
Regarding?
So you set up this calibration file in chromatography, right? Calibration file.
No, this calibration file is the result of more injections. So let's say I make 5 injections with increasing concentrations, and I have to set up the calibration with these 5 runs. I will show you how to build it. It's not that complicated, but at first I want to teach you how to use an existing calibration because it's easier.
Okay.
So as you see on my result, my second peak comes at 2 minutes 19 seconds, and compare it with my calibration file. There it's set to 2.4 minutes. So I have to update this. Once I update it, you will see that in the result window, it's automatically goes. Okay, I also have to update this 2.8. It's named immediately. Okay, bromide 373. Good. 481. Phosphate 662. And sulfate is 829. So once I did it, all the peaks are recognized, as you see here in my result table, and it also automatically calculates the amount in milligrams. This is clear?
Yeah.
This is how you work with an existing calibration. Don't worry, because all these information are also in the manual. So you will find it how to how to play with this. Okay. How to make a calibration file. If you don't have it, I can also show it to you. We will make an easy calibration, just 3 levels. We will not make like a 10 level complicated calibration. We will make one for 2 compounds and 3 levels. Okay?
Yeah.
How does it go? I close this. Yes, save. So in order to make a calibration file, you will have to have runs with increasing concentrations. Let's say you have the standard anion mix produced as the manual says, and you can you don't even have to dilute it to different concentrations. You can just say that first time I inject 5 microliters from it, second time I inject 10, and third time I inject 15, for example.
Okay.
I did the same. So this is my 5 microliter injection. What I already see that the integration, the automatic integration is not accurate. I have to correct that. With this, I can set the starting point. Good. Now this integration looks okay. And I would like to make a new calibration file. Yes, I save it. Okay. Good. How do I do it? Very easy. I open my first injection. It's here. Open standard. Data. 5 microliter injection. It's here. Okay. As you see, the level, response, retention times, everything is clear yet. Nothing, I have to fill in these information. Setting up the calibration file, I have 2 options, either automatic or manual. I like to use the automatic, it's a bit easier. So this is my first injection, also the first level of my calibration. So in this little window, I have to adjust level 1, and I have to counter check also this little table that it's level 1. Good? I know it's clear, right? No.
Yeah.
Tell me what's confusing.
It's okay. Please continue.
Yeah, okay. What I do, I say add all peaks in standard. I click on it. As you see, it imports all the peaks in my chromatogram. Okay, this is first step, but I have to name all compounds. I don't do all, I will just do the first 2, okay? All the further ones would be the same. So let's say this is fluoride. Good. Okay. Second one, let's say this is chloride. Good. These ones I don't want to use. Okay. And I will need to give an amount, and the amount will be, say, 50. 50. This amount means you have to write in the exact amount what in your sample. You will know this, you can calculate this from the standard mix concentration divided by the injection volume. But let's say it's 50, make it easy.
50
Okay,
micrograms.
Yeah,
Okay.
not micrograms. This will go in ppb,
BP.
particles per billion.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, first step, first level is ready. I click save calibration. This will be training cal 1. Okay. Okay, this is my
Yeah.
first level.
Okay.
You already have options
Yeah.
here to see the linearity of your calibration. By now, it's pretty linear because I have 1 point. Okay, next level. How do I do it? I go to level 2 here. I open the chromatogram or the result file of level 2. I click OK, and I say add existing. Then it will update these two, which I want to use in my calibration, and I have to again fill in the amounts. Good, save. As you see, there will be already a second calibration point. Okay, let's go level 3, open 15, add existing. I put in the amounts, save, and if I open, here is my 3-point calibration curve. So basically, my 3-point calibration file is ready. And whenever in the later I do a run, I can open up my calibration and calibrate it. This is clear?
This is clear, but
It was a bit fast, or?
no, it's okay. But could you please
Yeah,
open the calibration curve? Calibration curve.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this.
Now it's not very linear because I didn't integrate this
Yes.
but correctly, but this is how it works. Okay,
Okay.
so here is my curve, and here in the left I have equation for my curve, and I have correlation factor, or
So
R
correlation
square.
factor is a pass or fail. Pass
Sorry?
99.9, right? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, this
It
could
will be
be better if I integrate the peaks
so
accurate.
that time it will be 1.
Sorry?
If this cross move to online, then correlation
It
factor
would
will
be
be 1.
1. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just do it fast. Okay, I have to open here. Let's correct the integration and open this one. Here I also correct it. I close all, save them. Okay, go to calibration and update it. So level 3, I open level 3. Good. Add the existing, yes, amount 150, 150. No, this is level 3. The existing, yes. Okay. Then go to level 2, open. and existing. Yes. Okay. 100. No, I'm at level 3.
3.
Level
2.
2. Sorry.
2,
Yeah. And all. Yes. Now I made a mistake, I think. Yeah, these ones I don't need. Level 5 don't need. Level 6 don't. Okay. No. Oh, I corrected the wrong ones. Oh, fuck. I have to correct the first one. Open. Yeah. Add the existing. Yes. And level 8. Good. Let's see now. No. Okay. Do it different. I will do it different. Close all. Make a new. Open first. Okay. Add all fluoride, chloride. These ones I don't use. This is 50. Okay, this will be level 1. Add all. No, do this. Okay, level 2, open. Amount. Add existing amount 100. Oh shit. And 100. No.
Oh, just click there.
I was still there.
Yeah.
100, 100. Okay, go to level 3, open. Add all 150. Yeah. Is go to level 2. Good. All right. No, I'm doing something wrong. Oh yeah, I'm using the same. So this is 50. This is 100. This is 150, and I don't use this one. Now look at this.
Yeah.
Looks much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's 3 nines. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Very good.
So this is how it goes. It's not complicated. To build the first, it will take time. You have to be aware of that. Don't hurry. You can make it slow. Okay, and I save it. Yes. Okay, and what you can do now? What you can do now, if you have a result file here and you are interested in the amounts, you open your calibration file, and here you can see that it's working and online. Good? So if this is okay and you say we can move to the next step, then there is one more function we need to talk about, and it's creating a report PDF or print. How does that go? So here we have a report setup.
Okay.
I could click on that, but I can also access it from the chromatogram window here, report setup. I click on it. I open my let's say which one to use. This one. And preview, and this is how my report sheet or file looks. You can customize it, so this is not fixed. This is just a very basic report. I show you how to control this function. So here is my report setup window. I access it from here. What options do I have? As you see here on the left, I have different segments which I can control in the report sheet. Let's go to header. In the header, I can, let's say, put in extra information like image. For example, if you want to yeah, can I go?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, sure.
So this is how it looks now. And now in the header segment, I control this area.
Yeah.
What can I do? I can write here additional information, or for example, I can put in an image if I want to. Let's browse. For example, I put now in this, let's say 10 millimeters. Okay, preview, as you see,
Yes.
there is an image. So if you have some company logo or the customer has some special wish, you can put in a logo. You can also control the size. It can be bigger if you want to.
Yes.
So it's easy. But I don't want an image. So this is the header.
Yeah.
I also have a report header which gives information about the sample I injected, chromatogram info, GLP. Let's say I activate all these options. I show the preview, then you have more information here, like what's the file name, when was it created, when was it measured, which project, who measured it, injection volume. So you can add many information here.
Okay.
What else? You can also print information about your separation method. So let's say I want to print the event table, gradient table, then integration, acquisition parameters. And as you see, now it's get more pages because gives you all information.
Right.
Then you can put in information about the calibration. For example, I want to show the calibration points. Let's say all preview, and it will show you in a table each compound, each level. of the calibration, what result. Okay. Let's say, what else? Chromatogram, I can decide that how big image do I want? Do I want it exactly as on screen or the whole chromatogram? You can also do, this is a very cool feature. You can say bot, and if you zoom in to a segment or one peak, that will be also shown, and the complete chromatogram also. So you can enhance the target of interest. I like to use it as on screen, because then you look on the screen exactly how on the hard copy version will be. Then results, in this function prints the result table, but of course you can add additional results, so like performance parameters, like resolution, like theoretical plate count, all kind of crazy data you will not need most likely. And this is important. What I like to print here in the last audit and signatures is gap for date and manual signature. This controls here this. This makes it a bit more official document. Yeah. So that's how it goes. And basically, I think that's all you need to know. Okay. For first step, I think. Any questions? Now.
Yeah, we have some question.
Yeah.
So, sir, for making calibration, we need to run for first time 5, 10, and 15 ml sample.
Yes, that's an option, but I will send you the separation method file. I will send you a calibration file for anions. And basically you will have to update that calibration with your runs. But I would say to go for sure, in the manual there is the exact recipe of the standard mix. You should prepare it and do like 5-level calibration run. And with those runs, you can update the calibration file. And once it's done, it's ready.
Okay, sir. Sir, is there any date or last what called? Sir, you don't show how to run the calibration sample.
The calibration, yeah. Sorry?
Is there any clarify or demonstration in the manual how we run the calibration sample?
The sample you run as
or how we select the sample for standard or calibration sample?
How you how to say, how you make a single run to be a calibration run? That's the question basically, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So basically, when you set up the sequence, what we made, there were this function. I show it here on the
Yes.
screen.
Yes.
So here you have the option to pick unknown or standard. So unknown will be your sample of interest, for example, drinking water, and standard you will use if you want to run a calibration file, for example, because then the instrument automatically will handle it as part of a calibration.
So both for anion and cation.
May I ask you to speak a bit louder? I don't hear you clear.
Sir, he asks you, so this is standard for anode and cathode for both column or
No,
single column?
this is for anions.
Only
This is
for
for
anion.
the anions column. Yeah, yeah.
So we need to run calibration individually. First anion, then cathode, like that.
Yes, so if you set up the instrument for anions, so the detection of anions, you will have to set up also the calibration for that. Note that if it's a single channel instrument, what you buy, then it's only for anions or cations. So the two, how to say, the two instrument is not identical. If you have a dual channel instrument,
Our dual
then
channel instrument.
you have that.
Yeah, we have dual channel.
Yeah. Then first you will have to set up anions, and with a different run, you will have to set up for cations. So that will be
same way. Just
same way. Yeah.
Okay. So this system is automatic gradient dual. So what the mean of automatic gradient dual?
Sorry, I didn't hear it.
This system is automatic gradient dual. Gradient dual. So what the mean is like that is automatically work.
So what your instrument can do is basically in one run, it can measure anions and cations.
Yeah.
But you have to see that's basically two parallel runs. So it will use two columns, and the injection will be done also dual. One, the anions will be injected on the anion column, and the cations will go on the cation column. So basically, the theory is exactly the same. So you will have a result, and you will have to set up a calibration for anions, and also do the same with cations.
It will be work simultaneously.
It will run simultaneously, but you will have to calibrate the two channels separately. So it will not be able to run with one calibration file.
Okay, so first
you have to
First we calibrate two separately, then we run simultaneously, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So mobile phase connection will make anode and cathode both are at a time to connect mobile phase.
Sorry, again, louder, please. The line is not very good.
No, no. Actually, in mobile phase, making anode and cathode are simultaneously or separately. Mobile phase.
Separate. So it will use two different mobile phase. The mobile phase for anions, you will find the recipe and how to prepare it in the
Okay.
manual
Sure.
under anions. And for cations, you will find it in the manual for cations. So it's don't mix it up. It's two different mobile phase.
Okay, sir. Do you have any question?
Sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, the license key for Clarity software.
Yes.
Can we use it for multiple PC?
The thing is that unfortunately not, because this key comes with a USB stick with
Okay.
each software, and the software will only run if the USB stick is inserted to the computer. I
Okay,
tried
sir,
to, I have to be honest, I tried to clone this USB stick and I couldn't. So if you find a way to clone the USB stick, then you have chance, of course. I couldn't.
So they have any demo software for
Yes, yes.
simulation
If
software
you
like
go to the website of, wait, I show you. Oops, wrong. Firefox. I want Data Apex here. And on the website of Data Apex, you can download. You go to downloads, demo versions,
okay.
and you can download it. Note that
Sure.
this will work quite similar than the full version, and you can do integrations, you can work with chromatograms, you can do calibration files and everything, but it will not control an instrument. So
Okay.
on your private PC, so
Yeah.
if you want to, for example, you are on site and you have results and you want to take them home and work on the results home, this demo version works. You can do it.
Okay. So I can example.
Yeah, and one more thing, on YouTube, there is videos.
Tutorial.
So there are training videos of Clarity. You can check it. And also here on the website, there is support and there is video tutorials and there is a lot. So see, step by step, they teach you everything.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Also how to set up a calibration or how to work with calibrations, many also advanced functions. Yeah?
Sure.
Sir. Sir, are you getting me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, then at first we need to assemble the machine, and before run, we need to set up a software with the USB stick, using USB stick. And first of all, we need to run acid, deionized water, and transfer solution for priming the machine. Or
no, I think your instrument comes, the suppressor is regenerated, so it's ready for run. So first I would assemble the instrument, connect the fluidics. The manual helps you. There are, all connections are there. And first, I would not connect the column. So I would set up the instrument without the column first. Then I would use water first as mobile phase. So no, don't make the eluents, just water. Then I would install the software on the PC. Then once it's installed, I would connect the instrument to the computer. Once this is done, I would switch on the instrument, all modules, then start Clarity, make the configuration. Once this is done, you will be able to control the instrument with the software. So what I would do first is check the functions. So start the pump, stop the pump, watch the auto sampler, stuff like this. You can also try to inject water and check all the functions if they are working. Once you've done this, all the functions are checked. After this, I would replace the water to mobile phase, so eluent, purge the system with eluent. Then I would connect the column. Then you can set up basically a sequence for measurement and you can start to do the things.
Okay, sir. Sir, after each test, we need to remove the column, anion or cation.
For the what? Sorry.
After each test, performing each test, should we disconnect the cation and anion column?
Yes, I would set up the instrument first without the columns. Without the columns. Then once your instrument is ready and you check the functions that everything is working, then I would first purge the instrument with eluent and then connect the column. So the column connection would be the last thing I would do before running the sample.
Okay. Sir, how often we need to change the column?
The column is very depending on the use, how often do you use the instrument. Here in the lab, I have test columns, which I use to test the instrument. I'm using the same column since January approx. I tested something like 10 instruments and each instrument test is like 70, 90 runs. So it means like 700,
800.
800 runs. And it's still fine. I don't see any problems with
But
performance.
this column have any lifetime, like example, it will be perform 10,000 sample, or it had
I
this.
think it will more depend on the samples you inject. So the dirtier samples, of course, will have effect faster than pure, like drinking water samples, you know. But you also have pre-column. You order the instrument or the column with the guard column. So the lifetime of your column will be even longer. I don't know. I don't want to say stupid. If I would have to bet, I would say 2000 injections
Okay, okay,
minimum.
okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Sir, is there any indication or alarm or message for changing column,
Oh.
or we need to check it manually?
I don't know. So if you see that the performance is getting worse, so the peak shapes are getting worse, or the baseline stability is affected, then it's time to change.
Okay, sir.
But
So
you can ask me also later and send me chromatograms if you are not sure whether if it's good or not, and I can check it for you and then I can tell you.
sure, sir. Just question is like that. During installation time,
Yeah.
can you give me support TeamViewer just when I connect the software for checking purpose, everything is okay or not?
When do you plan to do it?
So I will share the schedule 1 week ago when I will going to install the system.
So let's say if you tell me in a week advance, we can set up something.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah. The only thing is that I will have to get a webcam because I don't have it here, so you don't see what
So
I'm doing.
I will connect good quality webcam to show you. I will connect.
We can do.
Okay, okay, okay. So for communication, only email, or have any quick communication option like WhatsApp, Viber, Skype, anything like that?
I can give you phone number.
We already have this number. We sent yesterday.
So I can give you the direct number of the lab where we are.
Okay.
But we don't have other. I don't have a work phone or.
Sure, understand. Okay, sir. So you will share with me a computer backside connection picture. You will share the picture of the computer backside.
Yes, I can, but it's quite easy. As I promised yesterday, I will send you a picture of this UPad connection.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, yeah.
I did not do it that. I'm alone in the lab this week, so it's a quite messy here, but I
So
try to.
I need to buy computer for, because very soon we will deliver the system to user customer.
Mhm.
So I need to buy the computer very soon. So I'm
Okay.
confusion about the computer configuration because I
I
cannot
would
understand.
like to ask you to talk to Frank regarding the computer because it's not my part. I don't want to say stupid or something wrong. Please discuss with Frank. Good? What kind of computer you need? As far as I know, the Clarity doesn't need any extra or strong
Extra board. So
computer.
I have a question like that. There
Yeah.
you show me lot of compute like COM1, COM2, COM3, COM4 up to 8
Yeah,
or 9 compute. So
Yeah.
there have a extension COM channel because in PC backside have 1 or 2 maximum compute.
Exactly. Exactly. Very good question. It's the computer is connected to the instrument through only one
Only one.
connector.
Okay.
All the serial connectors are connected to this UPAD, which comes with Clarity. It's a little box with
Okay.
6 serial RS232 connectors.
Okay.
And the instrument you connect to this pad, this box, it's basically a virtual COM box. So it makes COM virtual COM ports from each serial cable which is coming from the instrument. And to the computer, you only connect this box. It's plug and play. You don't have to install anything.
Understand. You show me this one, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. So the instrument, you connect this, it's absolutely as you want with RS232 cables, and you connect this box to the computer.
Yes. Yes. Understand now.
Good.
Yes. Okay. So I think computer is okay. Computer part is almost clear. So
Good.
the standard computer will be work. I think is mouse pad. Nothing. Clarity
Good.
software is here. This one Clarity software is this one, right? So,
Yeah, that's the software key also, I think.
no, this is the pen drive. Like I think Clarity software 8.2.02 version.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Clarity software is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. We will try our level best by reading manual and
Good,
your suggestion.
good. I think you can do it. So it's just do it slow. The important thing, don't be on a hurry. Sacrifice 2-3 days to set it up. It might take long. It might happen you have to troubleshoot, but I always advise that rather take more time, then you have to be there and on a hurry, then you will make mistakes.
Yeah. Good suggestion.
So I think with the manual and with today's and yesterday's training, you can make it. And if you have problems, you can still connect.
Sure.
No?
Yeah. So you will send the standard file, calibration file.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Wait,
Thank you.
can I think I can send it also here, right?
It will be better to send mail because it
Uh,
will be helpful for us.
wait, I check it. Ah, here. Okay.
ড্রাইভার
Ah,
লিংক শেয়ার করবো, ঠিক আছে? যতগুলো ডকুমেন্ট আছে ড্রাইভ করে ড্রাইভে শেয়ার করবো।
where is my? Okay, yeah, here I can do it.
Sir, yesterday only 4 file. We got only 4 file.
I'm sending now the separation method, so the chromatography method files and the calibration file, both for anion and for cation.
Sure.
Did you get it?
Not now.
In the chat module.
Yeah, chat module, you say hi or something.
Okay.
Are you see my message?
Yeah. I can also put them here. Good. 1 second. You have it, right?
Yeah.
Good. Then I would say contact Frank regarding the computer requirements and let me know when you do the installation
Okay.
and if you need help with that.
Okay. When you will give some time, just take a picture and back side of the computer.
Yes, I will try
When
to
you
send it.
when you will be convenient, I want to see easy. That time will be some test.
Now the line is very bad. I don't hear you good. I didn't understand the last sentence you told. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay, so regarding the photographs, I promised, I hope I can send it today, but this week for sure. Yeah, I cannot promise that I send
Sure,
it
no problem,
today.
sir. Today or tomorrow is
So,
okay, no problem.
okay, okay. Then we are done, I guess.
Yeah.
Sir, can
Okay,
you
gentlemen, good luck. Then nice afternoon, and let's see how it will go. Good. So then, ciao, and see you soon.
Thank you. Right, that is enough.